Okay, let's get this thing started. Sorry about the music. I have to drown out the BA band in the background is practicing up out on the field. So we can do this. Fusion 360. This is what we're going to use all year for this automotive design project. And let's get it started. Hopefully you've already shared your email with me, and if not, open up this spreadsheet and fill that out. And then what we'll start with is we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it Moblox -- and then your full name and period. And here's an example how I want that title to look like. And then we'll start modeling it. And there is an attached presentation here that's got the dimensions. There you go. So it's going to be 6.5 inches long on we'll call this the side. That's the way I measured it approximately. The front, the width of the thing is 3¼ inches, and the overall height of this body, at least, is 1.5 inches. So we're going to go to Fusion 360. Open a new tab for Chromebook, that one. Log into it like this. When you guys do this for the first time, you'll probably have to log in and set up your password before it will actually load and bring up Fusion 360. Hey! All right, so I can sign in. This is where you may need to, you put in your email, put the personal email in that you've shared with me, because I've invited you guys, the ones that have already shared your email. Oops, I'm sorry, it already knows my email. Here up the top, I'm going to put in my password. It will take a little time to load, so just be patient. This will be your loading screen here, and we're going to kind of manage our files and projects over here on the left. So what I've asked you to do is when you first log in here, let me see, where is we're going to do a new design, and I'm actually going to have you see. From home, I can go a new project. That's right. See how I hit that back arrow there? And I'm going to do a new project. In this case, your folder is going to be Moblox. And then -- your name. So full name, please, first and last. And then what's your period? Like that, okay? And then double click it, open it up, and that's where you're going to come over here and start modeling. So you're going to do a new design, and it's already kind of opened for you. I'm going to close that window out now. So we're going to probably want to start by creating this from the right view over here. The first option here is create a sketch. That's the thing we do most often in 3D modeling, so that's why it's first. And then the second most often thing we do is extrude. And then third most is revolve, and then put a hole in something's the fourth most. So they've really categorized this by most used tools. Again, you can see the cube up here to the upper right-hand side, and the view cube, that's the front, that's the right side, and that's the top. So that, again, that'll be the front or the right side plane. That's the front plane, and that's the ground plane. So I'm going to start modeling this on that side plane. So I go ahead and pick it. And it's basically just starting as a rectangle with a 1.5 and a, I'm sorry, so the right-hand side, that's right. I picked this space over here. So it's going to be a 6.5 by 1.5 inch rectangle. And then here's 2-point rectangle. So you're just selecting 2 points. I start at the origin, and then I pull up, and you can see how it's stretching out, and it shows you inches. You can type those in. If I hit tab, I can go to the next one and just type in 1.5. And if I hit enter, we'll put the rectangle in. So 2 big things. Scroll is 2 fingers on the trackpad or the scroll button on the mouse. And then when you want to rotate a model in Fusion 360, hold shift on the keyboard and then the middle mouse button. I don't know if I'll have to figure out what the cheat is if you don't have a mouse. The basically only shot you got is just moving this cube around. That's one thing you can do. And you have to click on your trackpad and then use the other finger to rotate. That works okay, that's fine. Anytime you hit the house, by the way, here on the view cube above it, you're going to go back to this isometric view of your universe. And that's handy when you're doing any kind of modeling. Just go back to the home position. In this case, I'm going to green check mark finish sketch because I'm done with it. And of course, the next most common thing is you extrude something. And Fusion gives you these little handlebars or these pull tools, and that's really handy to do this. One cool thing I could do here, guys, before I even create this is do it symmetrically. And that really is handy when you're modeling because you can define symmetry of your part. That way, when you model half of it, it will automatically know that the other half should be the same. And so I'm going to pull that out. 3.2, I think 5. And yeah. But the problem is that's pulling it out 3.25 to both sides, and that's a total of 7 almost. So what I really want to do is divide by 2. See how it actually did the math when I hit the backslash thing and put in the 2. Now I have my Moblox started, and then for today, it would be enough if we just went in and put the, watch how I'm going to spin this around, grab the back edge too. So I've got 2 edges selected, see them in blue. And I can grab this handlebar and just kind of pull those up. I'm adding a fillet feature here to start to model that autumn Moblox. I think I'm just going to go 1 inch so I can type in. And you've got a good start right here, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is, if you look at the autumn Moblox, it actually has rounded edges on this face too. And then it has a sculpted front. We can add this as a separate top and can start modeling the wheels. You can put the fillet in along that top edge. So again, it's kind of rounded all the way around. So watch this. I can collect that face. I'm just going to check out something. I'm pretty sure. I was looking for the Symmetry Tool. It's more so for form when you're working in form, but I thought there was a way to do that. But that's okay. So what I'll show you is you can select this whole side and then select this whole side. I'm going to hold control when I do this. So the both sides. So the control button on the keyboard, I'm holding it, and then I'm selecting the second side. And I'm going to fit it in there. And I think that 0.15 will work right there. That'll work for us. I'm going to look at it from the right-hand side here, and that's a pretty good start. Now, if I look back to the model over here, you're going to see this cutout and then these two holes. Why don't we start working on that today? So if I view this thing from the front, select that face, and then I can right-click my mouse, or I can go up here and select it, and I can say Create Sketch. And then in the sketch environment, you see the toolbar changes, and you get these sketch tools. And in this case, I'm going to always start by creating just a line in the middle, at the midpoint. And really, I can right click and make that, I think it's actually, so over here, I'm going to write over here on the right, let's see, I was going to make this a construction line. I thought that was an option in Fusion 360. I think maybe they moved it up here. I'm really not sure. Sorry about that. I'll come back to that. It's been a couple years since I've used this, so I'm just a little rusty, that's all. But I know what to do here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to basically make a rectangle for that cutout. And this has got those grid lines, and actually it's kind of handy because I think that's exactly halfway. That's I can see it's got 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3.5. Yeah. There's other ways to do that with this like line offset tool here. You can do that, and there's midpoint constraints that you can add to things. And I'm going to work on showing you what these things are later. Let's just play with this and have a little fun first, okay? So I can actually work with just that, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I hit End Sketch, go back home, I can zoom in on that face right there, and I can extrude with it. But in this case, I'm going to cut. 0.3 inches looks like it would work fine. So sorry, I lost my model here. I'm going to scroll back out. And again, over here for the tool, what you want to be ensure you're doing is cutting. So operation here, defaulted to red, which means you're cutting away something, and that's good. And objects to cut, sometimes you need to pick that. So let's see, there we go. And then I can actually come back in and fillet those as well. Again, I'm going to do both sides. So I pick the other side too. So you see that? Okay, so for our first day of Fusion 360, I think that's enough. What we're going to do is finish up this automotive Moblox next class period. And you can see we can start having fun pretty quickly with this. So I hope you enjoyed it. And that's it for today. Bye.